from now on, Ivan Karchenkov's got to get at least one steal and run out in every game because he's been doing that just religiously in this month of December and late November. Quite a find for this Arizona Wildcats team. If there's been a storyline, I mean, there's been a number of storylines to the first part of this season. As we get into our top takeaways from this game tonight, which the Wildcats win 107-71, I think that the early success of Ivan Karchenkov, the number of things that he can do on the floor, he's a superb finisher. I think around the rim, I mean, just like if you give him the ball in space, he's going to score it. I've not seen him miss too many baskets at the bucket, which is, again, for a lot of guys like that, sometimes you'll over, a little bit of too much power. He's just got the right touch, whether it's a layup, whether it's just off 2 feet by the bucket. This kid knows how to finish. And I think the other top takeaway for me tonight is just that this may not be a first-half team. They just seem to not necessarily get out to fast starts. We talked about that maybe being one of the things we want to see, but they clearly are a second-half ball club. I don't know that will hurt them or hinder them once they get into Big 12 conference play because, again, I think you'd rather be strong at finishing than strong at beginning on any given day of the week, and they seem to be much better at that once they figure things out, which they did again tonight after Bethune Cookman hung with them for the better part of 3/4 of the first half of this ball game. And my other top takeaway just from watching it on TV is I had no idea Oscar Robertson's daughter played basketball at the University of Arizona. I was like, whoa, what? They had a list of famous pros in various sports whose kids have played here at the University of Arizona. Trey Griffey, Ken Griffey, Terry Francona, Tito Francona. I mean, not the parents didn't necessarily play here, but they just were big-time pros in other sports, the Waltons. But I had no idea that Oscar Robertson's daughter, one of the greatest guards ever in the history of the National Basketball Association, his daughter played basketball here. Apparently it didn't end well for her. I think she got kicked off the team but after 2 seasons. But, hey, I found out something new tonight that I did not know before. And Matt Muehlbach gave us another nugget. We'll get into that a little bit later. Those are my top takeaways. Kelvin, 107-71. Your thoughts on a win by the Wildcats tonight?
Well, you got to give credit again to the defense that Bethune Cookman came out with early, the 2-3, jumping in the passing lanes. Just got to give them credit. They came out playing hard, giving everything that they had, but Arizona just had too much size for them. They went right into the high-low. The bigs were being extra big. They couldn't do anything with those guys. Brandon Berry's played very efficient. That's what I like to see. 6 of 10, 3 for 4 from the 3. That's more like it, J-Dub, is what I've been saying. So he's looking real efficient out there. But just overall, man, you got 5, 6 guys in double figures, almost 7, with Del Orso right there. I mean, what better could they do today? I mean, yes, you want a better start. Yes, you're going to need better starts versus better teams, second-half team, okay. But I don't know how that'll work versus Houston's of the world and the teams that you're trying to beat in the championship. So I'm sure Coach want to get those guys started a little earlier. But, again, Bethune-Cookman has something to do with that 2-3 defense.
Yeah, I mean, my takeaways are very similar to y'all's as per the usual. My first takeaway was the early start, guys, 19 points in the first 10 minutes, to me was just a little bit of energy and focus. And that's the issue. If you're getting off to slow starts because the defense that you're seeing is something you haven't seen before, because they're confusing a little bit of what your style of you're trying to do, who you're screening, where you're cutting, that's fine. But I didn't see that as much tonight as just a little bit of a lackadaisical start. Now, there was a little bit of extracurriculars that happened about 12, 15 minutes in, and from that point on, Arizona was all over it, and it was just done. My second takeaway is if you're a red shirt center on the sideline, you can't get a double technical foul and get kicked out of the game. Like, Kelvin, I don't think I've seen a lot of dudes on a bench clap your hands, miss it, that's a brick, that kind of thing. That's part of the game. But standing and jumping into the shooter's peripheral and then saying something back to Tony Padilla, who's a Final Four judge, I'm sure that'll get cleaned up. You just can't have that kind of thing. Other than that, it was just an overmatch. They were overmatched. The Bethune Cookman Wildcats gave up a good fight, but at the end of the day, the physicality. I mean, Tobey again did Tobey things. Love the balance, Kelvin. That was my big thing I wanted to say coming in. 7 double-digit scorers is what you need. I mean, a lot of casual basketball fans want to see some dude go out there and get 35, 10, and 10. That's what AJ Gymnasta did tonight. But to me, the best teams are the teams that got 4, 5, 6, 7 threats on the court. So you can't focus on one guy. You try to take one guy out of it, and you're going to get beat somewhere else. So the balance, the teamwork as the game went on. And as far as I'm concerned, Kelvin Eafon, I don't say stuff like this lightly. Ivan Karchenkov is the best, most physical on-ball defending freshman I've ever seen. I saw Reggie. I saw Jet. I saw all those guys when they were freshmen. Quick. I saw Kenny Lofton steal a lot of balls from a lot of people. But he's a pro. I mean, you can just see in his physicality, the way he stands guys up at that point of attack and then has the quick enough hands, quick enough feet to stay with dudes, quick enough hands to poke those balls away, and just the hustle. Dad was in the building tonight.
Yeah.
So having his dad there, a little bit of extra hustle. That one play he had after he almost got the steal, and then he did get the steal and threw the ball up underhanded on the foul to try to get the 3-point attempt. Just unbelievably impressed. I'm impressed with Ivan Karchenkov's whole game, but his on the point of attack on ball defense on a ball handler is just so scary good when he's locked in like that. So yeah, just all around great team win.
Does something crazy have to happen every time Tony Padilla's in the building?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Can you lose your red shirt for getting tossed out of the game?
I was wondering, like, how does that stat? How do you stat that? It's like you haven't accrued a single rebound, a single point.
I would love to know what he said because
he's supposed to be like one of the most mild-mannered kids on the team.
I don't know if he said. I don't know.
It didn't seem like he said as much as he was kind of mocking and mimicking what he had done with his boy on the bench, like when he got the second tech. The first tech, if you saw it, I mean, he jumped out on the baseline.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
Right.
You're right.
But, that was definitely.
They need to give out more of those texts. I tell you that, because I see that all the time, and I've never seen it called a technical.
Well,
now,
maybe guys aren't
because
7 feet tall. Being 7 feet tall, Kelvin, I think is what got him. Like if that was a guard, a 6-foot guard, maybe the ref doesn't see him, but that was a big dude jumping on the baseline.
I've seen all kind of people get just as close. So I don't know. I'm looking for that now. You guys look out for that too now and see if they call that, because guys be jumping up, yelling, screaming, all kind of stuff. And I just think I tell guys this all the time, when you're winning big, you gotta show great character.
Yeah.
Because that's where the refs have a chance to, kind of correct you and then show you how to carry yourself.
And if you're big and strong and fast and quick and number one in the country, guess what? Like, that's the reputation. You come in as a physical dominating team, right? Like, same kind of goes for Mo's elbows. Like, the guy, he got those 2 flagrants basically because the guy guarding him, Kelvin, was 6'2". So if that's a move against a 7-footer, once that's a move against, a Houston center, then that's not a foul. It was just a basketball. The second one especially was a basketball move. Maybe the first one was a little aggressive, leading with the elbows. But yeah, I mean, the refs are looking for that because you're you come in with a reputation of being such a physical team, dominating in the paint and pushing guys around. I mean, they're looking for that kind of thing. So, yeah, any excuse. And I just think if you're on the bench, especially if you're a red shirt, but if you're on the bench in any case, I don't care what other teams do, Kelvin. Like, the way I look at it is other teams might do it, but you got to be better than that. You can sit in your chair. You can clap. You can say brick. You can say miss it. You can say all those things. But actually jumping off into the line of sight of the shooter, there's just no place for that.
And I agree with you. And to me, this don't have nothing even to do with U of A. I'm talking about, watch a lot of basketball, coach a lot of basketball. I've seen some stuff,
Sure.
So, yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's the tech. But, again, I am going to be looking at other games and seeing, because trust me, man, guys be doing all kind of stuff. I've seen warnings. I don't know. I've seen, maybe a warning or something, but just seemed like a tech and throwing them out the game seemed to be extreme.
And that's what we don't know. Like, maybe there was some demonstrative stuff going on there, and the ref said, okay, guys, keep seated or whatever prior to that.
I'm not giving. Was that Tony?
Yeah,
the second one was. Yeah, the first one wasn't.
Yeah, Tony. No, I ain't giving that to him. I'm sorry. I I'm not even gonna get into referees. Let's move on. Come on, man. Not the police. You're a referee.